chilling plot to divide the country has been hatched by the Break India lobby. Times now has accessed at least 3 pieces of evidence of this chilling call. Not only are Indian Muslims being instigated by this Break India lobby, but they're also being threatened that if they refuse to end their affiliation with the country, with the BJP or the RSS, they are going to face the consequences. First, listen in to an audio tape that is being circulated, that is being sent to people on their mobile phones, asking Indian Muslims to rise up against India.
को हिंदू राष्ट्र बनाने की शुरुआत है। मेरी तमाम मुसलमान बहन भाइयों से अपील है कि आइए हम सब मिलकर 15 अगस्त को नरेंद्र मोदी को हिंदुस्तानी परचम लहराने से रोकें। हमें सिख बहन भाइयों से सबक सीखना चाहिए जो अपनी आज़ादी और अलग मुल्क खालिस्तान के क़याम के लिए रेफरेंडम 2020 कर रहे हैं। हमें भी हिंदुस्तान से मुसलमानों के लिए अलग मुल्क उर्दिस्तान बनाने के लिए काम करना चाहिए। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।
All right, joining us on this story, we have Prashant, Madhav and Siddhant. But I want to go across to you, Prashant. It turns out that these are phone calls that are being made not just to journalists, but also to people ranging from Delhi to Bengal. Across the country, these phone calls are going down.
Well, that's right, Padmaja, and primarily to people in Uttar Pradesh. Now, you see, 5th of August is when the Bhumi Pujan was done. 6th of August is when we started getting complaints of such calls being received by people at large in UP, and especially the journalists, because I spoke to at least 25 or 30 of my friends in Lucknow. Most of them had got the calls. That is there where we got this audio from. And not only these calls, but also IVRS message in several languages, including English and Arabic, have been sent to people asking to rise up to occasion, to not allow the Prime Minister to actually unfurl the flag on 15th of August, and in a way draw a lesson from the Sikh community on how they speak. A certain someone speak about
and it's very interesting that they actually refer to that referendum 2020, that effort that completely fizzled out, and in fact people who are behind that referendum 2020 have also been booked by the police for their anti-India activities. Meanwhile, in West Bengal, you've got the Imam Association, which has also said that people should react against the Prime Minister who has attended the Bhumi Pujan, because they say by doing so he's shown that he's anti-Muslim.
अगर कोई इस्लाम और मुसलमान के खिलाफ है और उसके साथ अगर उसको मजबूती के लिए कोई उसके साथ जाते हैं तो by default he is also an Islam Muslim and anti-Islamist.
So pointed question, would you call any Muslim supporting BJP anti-Muslim?
देखिए, कोई भी मुसलमान अगर बीजेपी को उसका ताकत दिलाने के लिए सपोर्ट करते हैं तो जरूर उसको ये नहीं करना चाहिए, पक्का इसको नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि बीजेपी का आज तक का जो एजेंडा है, आज तक का जो एक्टिविटीज़ है, ये सिर्फ एंटी मुस्लिम ही है.
So will you call that anti-Islam? आप उसको इस्लाम के खिलाफ?
एंटी इस्लामिक हम तो नहीं कह रहे, लेकिन मुसलमान को दुश्मन तो है पक्का.
Tamal, it seems that the Bhumi Pujan, even though it might have been allowed by the Supreme Court after its verdict, is becoming another ground for people to try and propagate this anti-India sentiment and a separatist sentiment, a divisive sentiment.
Well, Padmaja, it's important to understand we have to keep a very close watch on Bengal Imam Association, because having spoken to this leader, he is trying to give a sense that if need be, they would be fighting it out politically. If need be, the protest can be a political protest against it. They are saying the Supreme Court verdict can be accepted, can be kept in a different pedestal, but Prime Minister Narendra Modi, being the Prime Minister of a country, a secular country, having attended a religious function in the capacity as a Prime Minister, these Muslim leaders they are saying they feel discriminated, they feel betrayed, they do not trust the promise Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas. That's the reason they have now planned to, if need be, they would go out and fight it out politically. But the larger question is, when they say that Muslims should not be supporting anyone who are supporting BJP, if they do so, will not be considered Muslim anymore. that is something that many would want to question him because Bengal Imam Association, minded, is one of the many imam bodies.
Yes.
It is not one unified body. It's not the head of the consortium, and they have come up with a statement like this.
Okay.
Many would find that bizarre.
You know, Madhav, it seems that there was an effort in February to try and raise passions against the centre through the anti-CA movement, and now that same effort is being made using the temple as a ruse.
Well, of course, and Padmaja, this time round, it's far more serious. And the reason I say that is that, when the Prime Minister unfurls a national flag at the Red Fort, he is doing what every Prime Minister before him for the past 70 years has done. And therefore, trying to target that, saying that the effort should be made to not allow him to raise the national flag at Red Fort, it is a very, very serious statement that is being made. What is even more shocking this time round is that they are drawing inspiration, as you rightly mentioned, from referendum 2020, which many people believe is just, absolutely marginal and fringe elements who are actually associated with that, those who want to form a Khalistan, and saying that inspiration should be sought to form a separate Islamic nation. Now, perhaps there have been several such, statements that may have been made in the past, but making a concerted effort to use voice over internet protocol, make these calls to various dozens of journalists and other persons across states, very clearly shows that there is a pattern, there is an attempt to whip up passions.
And what is worse, Madhav, is to see that so-called activists are also propagating this kind of message, saying that Muslims should seek reservation, should seek a separate electorate. What is this if not trying to sow seeds of divisiveness?